In the modern digital world, one name dominates YouTube so completely that even people who don't watch YouTube know it. MrBeast. Jimmy Donaldson, a man whose videos pull in more views than major television networks, a creator who gives away millions of dollars on camera while quietly building one of the most powerful attention engines ever created. And naturally, the internet asks the only question it always asks: is he a genius, or is there something darker going on? Because apparently no one is allowed to succeed this much without suspicion. So today we ask the question, carefully, not recklessly, not conspiratorially, but honestly: did MrBeast become the king of YouTube through pure brilliance and obsession, or did he master something that most people don't even realize is controlling them? This is not a hit piece. This is not praise. This is an examination. The name. And then there's the name. MrBeast. Not Mr. Creator, not Mr. Viral, not Mr. YouTube, MrBeast, which is interesting because names carry weight. In the Bible, the word beast isn't random. It represents power, dominion, a force that rises above others and commands attention. In the book of Revelation, the beast is not described as chaos at first, but as a system, a presence that rises from the masses, that organizes influence, that captivates loyalty. Now, let's be clear. There is no claim that Jimmy Donaldson chose his name for religious symbolism. But symbolism doesn't need intent to be effective. A man named MrBeast rising to dominate the largest attention platform in human history. Coincidence? Maybe, but the name becomes a mirror, not of evil, but of power. Before the empire, before the private islands, before the million-dollar giveaways, before thumbnails engineered to hijack your attention, there was a teenager. No money, no influence, no secret backing, just a kid in North Carolina, staring at YouTube analytics like they were sacred text. While other teenagers were hanging out, Jimmy Donaldson was asking questions like, why did this video get clicked? Why did this one die? Why did people leave at exactly 47 seconds? Which, by the way, is not normal teenage behavior. One of his earliest experiments was counting to 100,000. No edits, no excitement, no reason anyone should watch. And yet, millions did. And in that moment, Jimmy learned something. Most creators never fully accept. People don't watch because something is good. They watch because something holds them. Cracking the system. Most creators treat YouTube like art. MrBeast treated it like math. He didn't hope videos would perform. He engineered them to. Titles weren't information. They were bait. Thumbnails weren't decoration. They were emotional triggers. Shock, curiosity, awe, just enough tension to make your finger move. And here's the slightly uncomfortable truth. It worked extremely well. We like to believe. We choose what we watch. But most of the time, we're just responding to curiosity, to urgency, to the fear of missing something. And once he understood that, the algorithm stopped being an enemy. It became a partner. When money stopped mattering. Most YouTubers dream of finally cashing out. MrBeast did something unusual. He put it all back in. Every dollar earned became fuel for the next video. Bigger ideas, bigger risks, bigger spectacle. At first it looked generous, and it was, but it also created something far more powerful. Momentum. Attention created money. Money created spectacle. Spectacle created more attention. A perfect loop. And then something subtle changed. Kindness became content. Helping people wasn't just an action anymore. It became a format. Which raises a strange question. We rarely say out loud, if kindness needs a camera, does it stop being kindness? Or does it simply adapt to the system we live in? The second figure. In the book of Revelation, there isn't just one beast. There is a second figure, often described as gentle, convincing, almost righteous. It doesn't rule by force. It gains trust first. It performs signs, not to destroy, but to persuade. Now again, this is not a claim, but it raises a question. In a modern attention economy, what do miracles look like? They look like numbers, unprecedented growth, instant virality, billions of views, and once something appears unstoppable, people stop questioning it. Trust before power. History shows us something consistent. Influence does not begin with control. It begins with trust. Empires, movements, systems, they all start the same way. By solving problems, by helping people, by appearing aligned with the public good. Only later does their true scale become visible. That doesn't make them evil, but it does make them powerful. The expectation trap. Here's the thing about escalation, it never ends. Give away $10,000 and people cheer. Give away 100,000 and they expect it. Or give away 1 million and they ask what's next. and the algorithm agrees with them. Behind the scenes, MrBeast's operation became surgical. Retention graphs, analyzed frame by frame, multiple thumbnails, tested before release, scenes reshot. Because 1 second dipped too low. This wasn't chaos, it was precision, and precision has a cost. Because when perfection becomes the baseline, anything less feels like failure, even success. When the image turned darker, lower voice. At some point, the image shifted, the giveaways got bigger, the smiles got sharper, the pace never slowed, and online, a nickname started circulating, quietly, persistently. Mr. Demon, not because people believed in something supernatural, but because the energy felt different, too calculated, too controlled, too efficient. People weren't just watching anymore, they were studying him. The Mark, modern version. Reflective pause. In Revelation, the beast is associated with a mark, not just a symbol, but participation, a system you opt into, because opting out feels impossible. In the modern world, marks aren't physical, they're behavioral. Clicks, views, subscriptions, algorithms deciding visibility. No one forces participation, but the system quietly rewards those who comply and ignores those who don't. The demon as metaphor. The idea of Mr. Demon isn't about horns or fire, it's about transformation. In ancient stories, demons weren't monsters first. They were men who pushed too far, who wanted too much, who learned things others weren't supposed to master. And in the modern world, the forbidden knowledge isn't magic, it's attention, understanding it, controlling it, shaping behavior at global scale. That's the demon people sense, not evil, power, king, or prisoner. Being the biggest creator on Earth sounds like freedom, but kings don't get to rest. The audience demands more. The algorithm demands better. The machine never pauses. If he stops escalating, relevance fades. If relevance fades, the empire cracks, so the crown becomes heavy, not because of evil, but because of expectation. The final question. So when people say, Mr. Beast or Mr. Demon, they aren't accusing a man. They're reacting to a pattern, one we've seen before, in scripture, in history, in systems of power, something that begins as good, scales beyond imagination, and quietly reshapes behavior. Mr. Beast may not be the beast, but he may be the clearest example of how modern power works. Quiet, efficient, reward-driven, and once you see it, you can't unsee it.